Hello there, my name is Gabriel, and I'll be today hosting this small workshop about how to use our template called Simple Tasks, and I'll be explaining a little bit further on why and how to improve this template to your needs. I'll be starting explaining what is this template called Simple Tasks. That's from our CEO Fred Maya. It is a template that showcases the Charm stack. That's Chakra UI, React, and Meteor.js as its core parts. We also do have Formic, MongoDB, and we selected Meteor Cloud as the way to host. Uh, so yeah, that's pretty much the overall overview of this template. You can check it later with this link that probably will be down below. I'll be start showing off how it looks this site and why I love Chakra UI because it makes everything so cool and so beautiful. It has light and dark mode. Sorry about that. About the light glowing up your face. I'll be showing that it works with the database, so you can check by going to this URL, simpletasks.meteorapp.com. I will say that Chakra UI is the best. And it works. Like I can refresh the page and things will be here. And I don't know, let me sign out here and sign in again. And it will be here. I can show it's done and it has some animations. Insta sign out has also light and dark mode. And it's really beautiful. So without furthering too much, I'll be explaining. You can read this in the README, but the best part is I can show you. So I'll be clicking in this button called Use this template, and it will redirect me to creating a template repository from the main one, and this will create a repository in my name and it will be mine, and so I can start working from there. So we'll be creating this repo with the name like charm meteor app using this awesome template as description. Yeah, I'll be making it like the standard as it can be. I'll be creating because these videos are mostly focused on talking about how to use this template, and I'm not going to be giving too much focus on Git. I'll be using GitHub Desktop as a simple and easier way to get this code from the cloud to my machine. And so even if you're a beginner, you can follow along because GitHub Desktop will help you around to get code from the cloud, from the GitHub. So if I click here, it will prompt for me to open it. So I'll be creating like desktop work / meteor / charm app. From here, I will be opening as well here on my VS Code. So I go desktop, work, Meteor, charm meteor.js, and yeah, I have here my whole application. As you can see, it has some things here. There's this README assets, UI, API, and .meteor. I'll be explaining what is the .meteor, and we'll be following through there. In .meteor, we have some files like packages that lists our packages. There is this version that explains a little bit further, but the main part are packages that shows which things I have in my project, and this can be useful to when somebody asks, I have this issue, and you can show them. And there is this release file that says where, or better saying, which release are you using. In this case, we are using 2.7.3. That's the current release. That's pretty much we can say about .meteor. We have the API folder, that's our backend. So that's the server, and that's where most of our backend things will run. We have the README assets that I'll be deleting because it's just things from the template. So I can do like this, I can delete, And yeah, don't ask me again, move to trash. And I can remove all, I can rename, or better saying, I can restructure my README to just, I don't know, this awesome app. I'll be saving, and just for showcasing how it works with this digital desktop, you just need to say what the commit message. So it's like updating readme and commit to main and push to main. And if we look here, things will start to be different. I just changed the whole things, and I can create as many repos I want, but I'll be sticking with this one to work. Uh, without extending too much, I'll be explaining now. How do I know where and what to start? And the simple way to get to know every Node.js project in general is to look at package.json. Here we have the scripts that does the start of the server, links, checks, visualize, and other kind of things. And also showcase, at least in Meteor, showcases where it starts, the thing start, where the application starts. So we have this Meteor object that says the main module is client, for the client is a UI slash main.jsx. So it's here, UI slash .main.jsx, and this is the entry point for the client. So here is where everything will start. And we do have as well, for the backend, we have the server slash API slash main.js. So things will start from here. Before ending this video, I will be showing how to start your application. I will create a new terminal, and I'm going to be saying npm run to show which options I have. And I do have some options, but I will start with npm run start. So npm run start. So it's starting, and within a few moments, it will begin my server. So it's downloading some things. It's good to notice that I don't think it will work because I haven't done npm install. So I will probably be stopping this one, even though it may say to me that started, but I can't remember. Yeah, it did throw because it's an ugly error, but I did a thing that you may find to be useful. We need to do this Meteor npm install so that we can have all our packages installed. And he's even said here we should save things before starting. This error is kind of ugly, but it says like, yeah, I cannot resolve these modules. And if you did the same as I did, you'll be now in the same spot. So we can do this npm run start, and now I guess we are good to go. We are gonna be able to start our version. So let's see, let's hope. Yeah, it started and it's running on localhost 3000. So let's open up here, and yeah, we do have a functional app. I guess this is the first part that will be, and it uses our local MongoDB, and I'll be explaining further in the next videos. So I'll be also linking down below how to install Meteor if you haven't yet. And it's like for Linux and OS or for Macs, we need to do curl. But if you're using Windows, you can use npm install. You can also use this option for installations. Now I will be explaining to you guys how we did structured on our backend. Starting, we're gonna be starting for DB folder and its migrations.js file, and we have these tasks. So before starting, we need to get some ground ideas, and the first idea is that we should structure by folders or features. So it's called feature by folders, and it has this idea that each thing that we create in our service, in our backend, in our app should have like a folder for its place to live in. So in our to-do list or simple tasks, we have tasks as our a part, a feature for our backend and frontend. So we do have a folder called tasks where we'll be having our collection, our methods, and our publication, and everything related to that will be living here. So we have this task.collection, and this is the DB. This is the schema for our own for tasks. To create a collection, we do new Mongo collection, as similar from here that you can see. And in this template, we opted for using simple schema from simple schema, and it creates like a validator to our collection, and you can attach this schema to make it validated. So every time you open your DB to check, all the data should be normalized in this way. So it should have a user ID, and a created date, a done, like false or true, and a description for what's been doing, or what's been done, the general text for these tasks. We have the method.js, and I'll be explaining further also how we think our methods and how we call them in the frontend. I opened the Scholar Draw. That's a really cool tool that you can use to draw and explain things. And I'll be explaining what are Meteor methods for those who do not know. It's what it means by Meteor methods. So we have our front end and we have our back end, and I will be writing down those ones. So we have our front end and we do have our back end. Normally, in HTTPS, or normal application that aren't GraphQL or RPC ones, you call an URL from our frontend to our backend, and this is the way they communicate with each other. They have like a URL that they can share, and they say, so you can have like a URL like slash something hello that does something that reaches to some place, and you can use Express or other things. But when we think with RPC, and that's how we need to think, we have a different way of doing things. We don't have an URL like this, but we have like a namespace or a thing to be called, and it calls these methods. So this is really cool because you actually get even closer to our backend, and you feel this really cool experience of being a full stack. So we have these methods that has already been done. So it has like checks if task ID is a string. It does some checkings, and it's really cool to make sure that everything works as they should. It has some validations and etc. And what it does is like how RPC works. Our front end calls the name of the method. So as you can see here, it will call insert task. So I'll be doing something like insert task. As you can see here, it'll be like, yeah, but how do I know this URL is actually this one? And you need to trust me, but yeah, it works like this. You call from the front end insert tasks, and you pass it parameters like the task, the name, and as you can see, insert tasks expects a description object, so you pass with the description. The backend will do its stuff, and everything will be fine. So this is the general explanation for RPC. We have traded the URL-like things, so you don't call URLs, you call methods in your backend and pass parameters. So it brings the backend and the front end even closer, because you're actually just calling methods from another space, and it has some degrees of the security. It's really cool. So coming back here, we have the insert task already. We have check task owner that's used to check if the guy who's trying to insert the task is actually the owner. Has some explanations, and we have remove tasks that does the same thing, and yeah. So what I meant to showing off this is how easy it is to create more things. So if you want to create, I don't know, an update task, you can do it fairly easy. So I'll be creating one here just to see it. I'll be copying it most of this code here. So most of the things, it's gonna be really similar. So inside of insert, I will be saying update task. It receives a description, and instead of inserting, will be update. So I will pass description and just the description. Sorry about that. Update task. What's complaining about? Whoops, I don't know what's happening. Oh yeah, it's never used. Yeah, I need to send this somewhere else, so I need to do this. So I can update task. And now I have this task, this awesome thing here. Oops. Yeah, I'm a little bit. Okay, so now I have update task method updated, and I can use it in the front end. So if I call meteor.call update task, I can update some descriptions. This is the general idea of how easy it is to create an update and do things with Meteor. It's like as simple as creating a function. And yeah, I'm gonna be explaining now what is a publish, and what it does is creates a record, publishes something, and imagine as in YouTube, you publish something and you subscribe to it, and it does this like reactive value that shows wherever it changes. So it's really cool. It works similar to methods, and it has almost the same idea, but this one is calls. You call and you expect to receive an answer. The other one is more of a talking point. Uh, I explained the tasks. I'll be explaining a little bit about the migration ones. Migration is mostly when you need to update things and you need to do something when it starts. As you can see here in the main.js, meteor.startup is the where when it starts this, and it does something. The first thing it will do is try to migrate to latest so that everything's all right. And what it does is something that you may want to do every time it goes up. So at this example, it has the version 1 where it adds a user, and then with this second version, it gathers this user and inserts tasks for this user so that you can have this really neat and oops, I crashed something here. It have this really neat thing that's this like press set it up server. So this is mostly our backend, and it has some auth, and it's really simple to do auth in Meteor also, because we do have some already done like packages that you can just get there and use it. And this is one of those cases where I just check if there is no Meteor user ID, and if there is no user ID, I throw an error saying that that's access denied. So it seems a little bit too much at first glance, but when we talk about it and we discuss it, we see how easy and how small it is. If you have any doubts, you can always reach out to us here at Meteor. So you can come here on Meteor/Meteor, and you can send us an issue or making a discussion so that we can get in touch. And the next part, I'll be explaining a little bit about how and why we structure our frontend. So in this next step, we'll be explaining how to use and how to implement and how to progress with the UI part. That's the part that's shown for the end user, and we do have like this. So before starting, I'm gonna be explaining that we have some paths and routes from React Router DOM. It has the base that uses the element app that you can be seen here, and has this outlet that's gonna be where we expose our other apps. So we have app that has the footer. So if you want to see how or which component you are tweaking around, you can do like the way I do is like, yeah, I know this Fred Maya so I'll be gonna be changing for I'm gonna be changing for Fred, not Fred, but to, I don't know, me, and wait some seconds, and here we go, we have by me. So I know I'm tracking this part. As I've shown in the last part, we do have methods, and where are they actually? So if we open up here in task form, it's where we create our tasks. We have this use formic that has some things, and we have this on submit function that does the call insert task. And as we can see it here as the last section, we have the methods and we have the insert task one. We created this update one, and we'll be in this section along with the tech explanation about what is every part of this template. I'll be creating this new edit function, so you can see that's fairly easy. Okay, so following, we have this items, the item that goes from each and every task. So we have the task description, we have the remove, and it has this on delete button that it gathers from the it gathers from its father, so it passes its children. And we have this header, so simple tasks. I can change it, so I can say that React. And if we save it, we have it somewhere else. That's oops. I cannot use. I always forget. I cannot use this log. I cannot do a heart like that. I always forget about this. So we can update here. This is the header, and we have the page that uses the header, the form, and the items. So what else we have here is the not found page. So if we do something like foo, it will say there's nothing here, but you can start creating things. And so let's say that I want to create a new page that's for something else. I can create it fairly easy here. So I can go here in elements, and I don't know, I can create a new route called foo that comes from /foo. And what we'll do is gonna be using the not found one for now, and like this. And I think I've done something wrong here, but I will correct it. Yeah, why it's complaining. Yeah, so I'm gonna be creating a new component called I don't know, I'll be creating a new folder actually here on the UI called foo. That's gonna be a whole nother section, and it will have like a new file called foo page .jsx, and I'll be copying from here because that's mostly how we do things. So foo page, and here is the foo page. And if we do things like I think we did, we have like foo page that comes from foo and foo page, and I can use it here, foo page. And I guess we have a foo, and it works. So as you can see, in less than 3 or 2 minutes, I've created a whole new page, and this is how productive Meteor can be. And this is just awesome. This is just how things should be for everything. You can follow along like as I did, and you can make it rewatch it sometimes so that you can understand what I've been doing. But in the most part, what I did was I created a new page with another folder that you can have many pages as you want in every folder, but I like to divide everything by folders, so every feature. So this would be a new feature. I don't know, I would create like image with to-dos. I don't know, I would create it here, or I could update the tasks, and I can start from here and create things. What I want to do next, while I explain how to implement another method, is to add the edit option for our tasks. So I have this task item, and I want to create another button that what it does is changes this task to another name. I would say it like not color scheme red, but I would say like yellow, and it edits because of the time, I will be just changing to when it clicks, it will change the description to edited, something edited. So that's easy, but yeah, you can follow along. It isn't as exotic and complicated as you can think. So I added this new button. Uh, the on click function of this method, I will pass another prop for this one. I will say like on edit, and what it will do is one click. I will call on edit, pass in the task ID, and in here I will be doing the same thing. So on edit from the task item that I set here, I will be doing this, passing the task ID that I received to edit tasks. So let's see here the name, update task. Whoops, update task, and I will call it here, passing the task ID. And what it will do is, for now that I've realized, update task is gonna be needing not only the description but also the task ID. So task ID, and here on the update section, it requires some things to be done. So I need to find the task. So what we're gonna be doing is like task ID, but whoops, underscore IG, task ID, and I'll be passing this new description. What I've done, I think I've done something wrong here. Let me check this quickly. Yeah, I think I've done something wrong here. Let's check it here. 1 second. I've done my research. I forgot that to update we need to pass the task ID and to say that's gonna be setting something. So this update task method is gonna be setting the new description for our task. And what I've done was just adjusted this, and what I've been doing since the last video, what I did last video was create this on edit button that when clicked would pass the task ID, and the new description is gonna be edited because I don't want to write the whole using the formic and creating a whole new form just to show off this. But you can follow along using the form that we already have that's here. So you use the hook called use formic, has its initial values, and you just keep moving with it. So it is not as complicated as it seems, because it's just this and you have a whole form, and it's really, really cool. So showing off that actually works, I'm gonna be creating another task called, I don't know, formic is cool. And when I click edit, it changes to edited because I said so. And if I remove, it removes, and everything's okay. So like in less than 3 or 5 minutes, I did mess around, like not remembering that needed the ID to find this update. To update, you need to find by ID something, and then you need to set something else. So I did mess up with this part, but after that it took like less than 2 minutes, as you can see here. I was able to create this update version. So this is how awesome Meteor is and how productive it can be. Other things that I may found to be really useful on Meteor is that you can do things like have subscriptions. So I'm gonna be showing off now then another thing called the subscriptions. Is like the task logged by user, and what it does is if I open up in another tab I think will work. It shares this state. So if I add neo and add this task in the other tab, as you can see I have 2 tabs here, everything just works because it's being tracked at the same time. If anything changes, everyone will be updated. And this is awesome because it makes the UI really, really good to be used, and everything that you can imagine, because it brings the optimistic UI, and this is a really good thing to have in your application. I guess this is mostly what I would do, that I would explain for the API and the UI parts. The next steps would be, obviously, if you're participating of our hackathon, or if you want to just create your app or something else, I would start from here, like creating another section called something, and I would be looking how to create this form, and I'll be starting like this, looking from what we have done, so you can create a new thing from yourself for yourself. And actually looking here too in the task and the backend, so it can follow the same, like, one-to-one way. So every methods module should have its own file, and everything should be there, so it's easy to edit and update wherever you need, and things should look simple, and actually they are. I think this is the whole idea of the app. And if you need anything else, you can always check, send us an issue here on simple tasks, or in meteor.meteor slash meteor, sorry, meteor slash meteor, if you have any doubts, and you can also check us on the forums. So yeah, we have this. So for this last part, I'll be showing off how to deploy our app to our host provider, that's Meteor Cloud. You can follow with this snippet. So what we need to do is call meteor deploy, select a host name, so a subdomain for our site. I'm going to be calling it charm app dot. I'm gonna be copying the rest of it, so yeah, it's easier. Meteorapp.com free Mongo. So in your case, it may ask you to log in, so you need to create an account on Meteor Cloud and to deploy it. So I'm gonna be copying this and showing off what I did before. Let's clear it. I did Meteor, who am I? And it says it's Grubba, so that's me. But if it doesn't, it will say, yeah, you need to log in, and then when you try to do this command here, he will ask for your credentials. As you can see here, I'm about to create an app for me, so it won't take too long. So I probably gonna be a cut. So when it's done, I'll be showing off you guys that's done. Before I go and jump to Gabriel from the future, I'm gonna be saying that, like, it's been a really pleasure to talk with you and explain to you about how awesome it is to use Meteor and how productive it can be, as you can see from our like little workshop. Also, whenever you want to deploy a new version of your app, you can just run this command, like not the whole dash free dash mongo, but Meteor deploy and the name of your domain, and it will deploy there. If it's a new domain, like you haven't created this app in your Meteor, it will require the dash free and dash mongo. But if not, it's just the Meteor deploy command. It will work. And yeah, that's it. So we are back, and yeah, we do have deployed our app. So as you can see, I have this charms-app.meteor.com, and it works, and it has its own DB, and it does the things that I said it would. And yeah, so I can say, like, React is awesome. Meteor is cool. So you can edit and remove these tasks. So that's everything that we were hoping for and needing for. So, and this is mostly what our template's all about. It's about giving you a really good head start for what you're building towards to. So again, if you need anything else, you can reach out to us in the GitHub and in the simple tasks temp issues. So yeah, everything's fine. Hope to see you guys again. Bye bye.